Hello again, it's Jolene with the Home Stitchery Decor YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and if you're old here, welcome back. I'm Jolene, I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I sew a lot of jelly roll rugs. So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about this Clover Tube Maker. I have sewn well over 1,000 jelly roll rugs, and this thing has changed the game for me. So I've been using it for quite a while, but I never did do a video on it. And today I'm going to show you guys exactly step by step how to use it. I shouldn't say I've never done a video. I mean, I did do a video where I showed you how to use it, but not just a video where I talked about it specifically. So it is fabulous. It comes in 4 parts here. So if it when you open up your box, if you don't see the 4 parts, you can just take them apart, and then there will be 4. Really not complicated. And I'll do a close-up for you guys to see. So this is a jelly roll rug that I've made that we're going to work on. I have another one of this fabric. The fabric is from Connecting Threads, and it's called Luxembourg Square. If you've never purchased jelly rolls from Connecting Threads, they do have quite a large selection of these. They're very reasonably priced. If I have a QR code, I'll put it here. And if not, it will be in the video description and the first comment. I'm an affiliate for Connecting Threads. So if you want to purchase fabric from Connecting Threads and you use my link, I do receive a small commission. Thank you very much. That supports the channel. So everything that you need for the jelly rolls as well, I will have my Amazon shopping list for you guys linked in the video description and first comment. So if anything you need at all to make these will be in there, so you don't have any questions going forward. But let's get right into it, and we're going to show you how to use this little gadget here. Okay, so this will be a close-up now. To get started, you're going to lay your fabric with the right side down on your table. And I just need to put something heavy over here on the side just to hold it for a second while I fuss around. And then we've got our batting. This is a 2.5-inch strip, which is the same as the fabric strip underneath. So lay your batting on top, and you're just going to fold it into the center like this. So you can see here we've got the fabric folded, and the fold here is in the center. Now grab the big end, and you're just going to slide your fabric through, and you'll see here now that the fabric is folded towards the contours of the tube maker. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our pointy end here, and we're just going to lay it flat down on the batting and slide it through to the front and push until it clicks. Really quite simple. Now the second one needs to do the same exact thing. So I've pulled the first one out of the way here, and I've got the first part of my second tube maker. We're going to fold it in half just like it is over here, and I can flip it up and show you again. And now just fold it in half again. So this will be your finished tube. Now slide it through just gently and grab the other part of your tube maker and lay it down flat on top of the fabric and push until it clicks in. It will look like this. Now when you pull the tube, the end is going to the end is going to fold for the finished edge that you will need to make the tube for your jelly roll rug. Okay, so let's go to the sewing machine, and I'm going to show you how to sew with this. To start the tube, I've just pulled the first part and the second part of the folder, the Clover Tube Maker. Say that 10 times fast. I've just pulled them down out of the way a little bit because I just want to get started on this end here. So what I've done is I've pulled the batting down, a good inch away from the top of the fabric. I fold the fabric down over top of the batting, and then I fold the edge in like this, the second edge in like this, and then I fold it in half, Now your top looks like this here, which is, you know, a little bit off actually, but it does look like that, just to get all the ends in, and then I'll fold this in half. And I just use a straight stitch to get this started. I just want a nice clean finish at the beginning of my rugs. So we'll use a little back stitch here and twist. Now, once you've got this started, of course, you can move your tube maker up and down. But for the first few inches, you should be able to manage just getting this fabric lined up again. You know, you want the start to start properly, and then everything else will be easier. So just line it up and off you go. Okay, so now that we've got it started, I'm going to give you my best tips for using the tube maker. Okay, so we've got it started here. You can see the end. And now we're going to use our tube maker. I've pulled my camera out a little bit just so you can see some length here. And I want to give you guys my best tips for using these, because I have seen some complaints about the tube maker, and I think it's user error. I think you could do better if you had a few better tips for it. So first of all, you want your batting to be laying flat on the fabric. And so the right side down is on the bottom of the fabric, and you need it to feed into the machine evenly, and you need this to come out evenly. Well, I think what's happening is people are giving it a little too much slack here. So I firmly place my thumb in the middle here, and you'll see I pull it back a little bit. I don't pull it so much that I'm going to pull my needle out of, you know, kilter or whatever, but I do pull this back and I hold onto it firmly, and then I pull the tube maker down, the first section and then the second section, and then I twist, and I never give it any slack here. I twist while holding the tension, and now I'm off to the races. The other problem, I think what's happening is people are trying to pull the tube maker way too far down the line. So instead of just going, you know, say 12 inches from your machine, they're going, you know, a foot, like a foot and a half, 20 inches away. It's too far. You need to, in my opinion, do smaller steps with it. So make sure it's snug, pull the second one snug, twist your fabric over, make sure it's still snug so the fold stays, and then sew. Now, this is a Singer heavy duty machine. I do like this machine for sewing the jelly roll rugs here. And the only issue I have with this machine is it does not have a needle down position. So I always make sure before I do this part where I'm going to put my thumb in and pull the tube maker and pull the tube maker, I have my needle in the needle down position. That way, if I pull, you know, just to take the tension off, there's no chance that the fabric is slipping under here. So I give it a small pull, and I turn, and then I always make sure I have the needle in, the needle down. So again, lay the batting flat on the fabric underneath, put your thumb in the middle of it, make sure it's snug, pull the first part of the tube maker, pull the second part of the tube maker, flip it over, and sew. So my thoughts on this tube maker are, this is a game changer for making tubes, and I highly recommend that you get one. I have my Amazon link in the video description and first comment. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'm using a Schmetz needle. I'm using 40 weight polyester thread, and everything I do for these rugs is on this channel. So make sure that you go and watch the long form tutorials as well, and happy rug making. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.